welcome to Vision of Asia, the news you can trust in events that move and celebrate our very own South Asian community. I am Pia Jyoti Kachru coming to you from our ITV Gold studio in New Jersey. In the headlines today, India is indebted to Sikh gurus. We are free country due to their supreme sacrifice, says Amit Shah. White House supports Treasury Secretary's decision to walk out of G20 meeting during Russia speech. UK Prime Minister Boris Johnson arrives in India for a two-day visit. In our feature today, the summer of revenge travel is coming. US health authorities urge Justice Department to appeal against ruling ending mask mandate. On her 96th birthday, Queen Elizabeth gets own Barbie doll. And the Kashmir Files to release in Israel on April 28th. India is indebted to Sikh gurus. We are free country due to their supreme sacrifice, says Amit Shah. Union Home Minister Amit Shah on Wednesday participated in the celebration of the 400th Prakash Purv of Guru Tegh Bahadur at the historic Red Fort and said that the country is indebted to the sacrifice of the great Sikh gurus. Speaking on the occasion, the Home Minister said that Guru Tegh Bahadur stood out from an early age for his qualities of sacrifice and valor. He was martyred for standing up against the atrocities on Kashmiri Pandits and is respected as Hind ki Chadar all over the world. It's due to the supreme sacrifice of great Sikh gurus that we are a free country today and celebrating 75 years of Amrit Mahotsav of independence, Amit Shah said. The minister said it is the good fortune of Prime Minister Narendra Modi to witness during his tenure the milestone commemoration of 3 Sikh gurus. Prime Minister Modi is the most fortunate Prime Minister because during his tenure, Guru Nanak Dev Ji's 550th Prakash Parv was celebrated. Guru Tegh Bahadur Ji's 400th Prakash Parv is being celebrated and the 350th Prakash Parv of Guru Gobind Singh Ji was also celebrated. Celebrating all the 3 Prakash Parv with devotion, the Prime Minister has propagated the Guru's message of devotion, bravery, sacrifice and equality to the entire world. It's a matter of pride that when this celebration is taking place, the country is celebrating its 75th year of independence, Shah said, recalling how Guru Tegh Bahadur was executed for supporting the religious freedom of Kashmiri Pandits on the orders of Mughal ruler Aurangzeb. The Home Minister said while those indulging in beheadings had gone, crores of people followed the path and remembered the sacrifice of the Guru even after 400 years. There is no person in the country who is not aware of the sacrifice of Guru Tegh Bahadur. People from every religion respect him, he said. Amit Shah said at 13 years of age in the historical Battle of Kartarpur, the way the youngest son of Guru Har Gobind Sahib confronted the Mughals with his sword, he was called Tegh Bahadur. The Home Minister said Guru Tegh Bahadur propagated the message of Gurus in the country. Prime Minister will participate in the celebrations of the 400th Prakash Purv of Guru Tegh Bahadur Ji at Red Fort in New Delhi. He will address the gathering and also release a commemorative coin and postage stamp on the occasion. Guru Tegh Bahadur's death anniversary is commemorated as Shaheed Divas every year on November 24th. Gurdwara Sheesh Ganj Sahib and Gurdwara Rakabganj in Delhi are associated with his sacrifice. Like the first 5 Sikh gurus, Guru Tegh Bahadur had mystical experiences of the Shabd and shared his experiences through the medium of songs. White House supports Treasury Secretary's decision to walk out of G20 meeting during Russia speech. The White House supports Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen's decision not to participate in a recent G20 meeting once Russian officials began speaking, spokesperson Jen Psaki said on Wednesday. The President and Secretary Yellen have both said that we can't have business as usual at the G20 or in a lot of these international forums as it relates to Russia, and she and the Treasury team made clear that she was planning to participate in some and not other meetings, which certainly is something that we support, Psaki said, according to Sputnik. Yellen Federal Reserve Chair Jerome Powell and other officials boycotted the meeting due to the participation of Russian officials. The Treasury Secretary will work to advance important business at the G20 while also voicing strong condemnation of Russia's action in Ukraine, the report said, citing an anonymous Biden administration official. On Monday, the White House said that Yellen will not participate in G20 events during the International Monetary Fund and World Bank spring meetings this week, in which Russian representatives are present. UK Prime Minister Boris Johnson arrives in India for a two-day visit. UK Prime Minister Boris Johnson on Thursday landed in Gujarat's Ahmedabad for a two-day visit to India with focus on stepping up a cooperation in the Indo-Pacific, giving momentum to negotiations on free trade agreement between the two countries as well as enhancing defense ties. Johnson started his visit from Ahmedabad, where he is scheduled to meet with leading business group leaders and discuss the UK and India's thriving commercial, trade and people's links. This will be the first time a UK Prime Minister will visit Gujarat, India's fifth largest state and the ancestral home of around half of the British Indian population in the UK. On Friday morning, Johnson will attend a ceremonial reception at Rashtrapati Bhavan and later a wreath laying at the Samadhi of Mahatma Gandhi. The UK Prime Minister will then travel to New Delhi to meet Prime Minister Modi on April 22nd, where the leaders will hold in-depth talks on the UK and India's strategic defense, diplomatic and economic partnership aimed at bolstering close partnership and stepping up security cooperation in the Indo-Pacific. The UK Prime Minister will also hold talks with External Affairs Minister Jai Shankar. On the same afternoon, the two sides will issue a press statement at around 1 p.m. at Hyderabad House. According to a statement by British High Commission, Johnson will use the visit to drive progress in the free trade agreement negotiations launched earlier this year, as a deal with India is predicted to boost UK's total trade by up to £28 billion annually by 2035 and increase incomes across the UK by up to £3 billion. Last year, Johnson and Prime Minister Modi agreed on UK-India Comprehensive Strategic Partnership, announcing more than £530 million in investment into the UK and committing to a deeper bilateral relationship across trade, health, climate, defense and security, and connecting our people. India was also identified as a priority relationship for the UK in the 2021 Integrated Review and was invited by UK as a guest to last G7 in Carbis Bay. The third round of negotiations will begin next week, and the two sides are keen to double bilateral trade by 2030. The two countries are also exploring the possibility of an interim agreement to provide quick gains for benefiting businesses on both sides. The United Kingdom is also looking to increase its footprint in defense production in India. British Prime Minister's visit to India beginning comes amid the rising importance of Indo-Pacific and India's centrality in the region of the two countries, set to further intensify cooperation across the full spectrum of bilateral ties. The Russia-Ukraine conflict is expected to figure in the bilateral talks, with Johnson putting forth UK position and listening to the Indian perspective while not lecturing India, sources said. They said the two sides understand and respect each other's position on Ukraine, and it will be a part of the discussion. In our feature today, the summer of revenge travel is coming. In our feature today, the summer of revenge travel is coming. After the Delta variant cooled off hot back summer last year and the Omicron surge put holiday travel on ice, many Americans were clinging to the idea of returning to a normal vacation season, or what's known as revenge travel. Instead, pent-up demand for travel, high gas prices, and inflation has created the perfect storm. That has led many travelers to reassess their itineraries, whether it means canceling that overseas trip or trading it for more modest domestic tours. Michelle Shanes, who runs the outdoor travel blog Almost There Adventures, anticipated going abroad again this summer. When she booked at flights to Europe from her home in Minneapolis, they ranged from $1,000 to $1,500 each, an untenable price for her family of 5. Now the Shaneses are trading their European vacation for domestic flights and road trips to national parks. To save on gas, they will rent hybrid cars using the peer-to-peer rental car app Turo. This summer, the family is mapping out visits to several parks in Washington state, including Olympic, Mount Rainier, North Cascades, and San Juan Island. The parks lend themselves to trips that can be done in a more economical way, Shanes said. It's more coming back to values and really trying to value time away with family, she said. We are just trying to look at the situation and travel in any way possible. So with COVID, it was road trips only, no flying. Now it's more fly and drive, but how can we do that in a cost-effective way? Much of that calculus relies on cutting back on accommodations. For Shanes, that means mixing Airbnb stays with a few nights of glamping. Depending on the location and amenities, she has found glamping stays ranging between $150 to $200 per night. That can be a significant savings compared to Airbnb, where she must factor in fees as well. Travel prices have increased across the board. Flights were up nearly 13% in February compared with the same time the previous year, according to the Bureau of Labor Statistics, and costs are expected to keep rising. Accommodation prices have risen too, with hotel rates up almost 40% from that last March and home rentals up by 13% from February 2021. Labor shortages are also part of the problem. Hotels have less staff and less inventory, which translates to higher prices for consumers. Among the travelers hit the hardest by inflation are the procrastinators, Blitas said. That includes Justin Sims, an insurance adjuster in Birmingham, Alabama, who is used to booking international flights 48 hours before his trip because of his unpredictable schedule. A few months ago, he saw a flight to Jordan at $600. Now they are $1,100, he said. He's assessing a trip there this summer, or maybe to Rome, but if prices don't come down, he will stick to the Caribbean. Meanwhile, his other dream destinations may linger in the distant future. The Maldives and Dubai have the highest prices. It's kind of like, oh, I'll wait, Sim said with a sigh and a laugh. Definitely a waiting type situation. For Jensen, a single mother whose daughter is on competitive cheer team, the travel for those extracurriculars this spring ate into the summer budget. Soaring gas prices meant that the cost of driving from Sacramento to Los Angeles, which Jensen said normally costs around $200 round trip, doubled. That makes their summer road trip all the less likely, especially as Jensen said the hotels she looked at in Utah and Arizona shot up by $100 or $150 per night. Rising prices haven't deterred stand-up comedian and avid adventurer Amber Claire, who is hitting the road now more than ever. If anything, I'm traveling more because I think our current circumstances in life are just making people realize that life is short, said Claire, who says she has a different perspective on life since surviving a blood clot in her brain a decade ago. People that I have talked to and even me, we have been holding back the last few years, and even comedy shows are growing exponentially, and I'm finding that people are just going out more. They are going farther. They're not skipping their vacations. Claire, who is based in O'Fallon, Illinois, said she is traveling to more remote places because she enjoys the juxtaposition of performing at crowded shows and being alone outdoors. She used to set up hikes around her comedy gigs, but now she creates a spreadsheet with her wish list of hikes first before setting up her tour. An August trip to Mammoth Cave National Park will include shows in Bowling Green, Kentucky, while an exploration of Stevens Gap will stop by Huntsville, Alabama. Although gas prices have shocked many Americans, the prices at the pump gives no anxiety to dual Tesla owners, Bridget and David Kelch. The St. Louis couple have saved nearly $200 on fuel costs in the past month alone. This summer, they will embark on more trips to national parks as well as a flight to Canada for a trip across the Canadian Rockies. I think the pandemic in Ukraine has brought this to the forefront. Don't take it for granted, Bridget Kelch said. Go out and explore. See these cool things and eat this amazing food and appreciate what we have there. Follow simple time-tested tips for your summer travel this year. Plan ahead and plan with family and friends. Shop online for deals and alternate choices. Leverage your airlines or hotel unused tickets or points. Above all, enjoy, spend time with your loved ones and live your life. U.S. health authorities urge Justice Department to appeal against ruling ending mask mandate. The U.S. Centers for Disease Control and Prevention said that it has asked the Justice Department to move forward with a legal appeal against the recent ruling that overturned the Biden administration's mask mandate for indoor public transportation settings. To protect CDC's public health authority beyond the ongoing assessment announced last week, CDC has asked DOJ to proceed with an appeal in. It is CDC's continuing assessment that at this time an order requiring masking in the indoor transportation corridor remains necessary for the public health, the statement said on Wednesday. On Monday, a U.S. district judge ruled that the transportation mask mandate was unlawful, prompting the Transportation Security Administration to end enforcement of the rule. While the matter is under review, the CDC still continues to recommend masking in all indoor public transportation settings and believes the order to be within CDC's legal authority, the statement said. On the occasion of the British monarch's 96th birthday, Barbie's tribute series honored Queen Elizabeth by dedicating a Barbie doll in her likeness, inspired by one of her most iconic looks. The picture sees the doll wearing an elegant ivory gown and blue ribbon adorned with decorations of order. Her regal ensemble is completed with the stunning tiara based on Queen Mary's French tiara, which Queen Elizabeth II wore for her wedding to Prince Philip, and matching accessories. As per the outlet, the Queen Elizabeth Barbie doll will cost $75 and will be available beginning Thursday on Amazon, Walmart, Target, and Mattel. For the Unversed Barbie's tribute series launched last year, with the first doll in the collection paying tribute to iconic comedian and actor Lucille Ball. Buckingham Palace has announced a weekend of celebrations and an extended bank holiday spanning from June 2nd until June 5th to celebrate the Queen's Platinum Jubilee. Events will include Trooping the Colour, the annual public festivities for the Queen's birthday, the lighting of Platinum Jubilee beacons, a service of Thanksgiving at St. Paul's Cathedral, the Derby at Epsom Downs, a live concert called Platinum Party at the Palace, the Big Jubilee launch, and the Platinum Jubilee pageant. And that's a wrap on Vision of Asia tonight. Send us your suggestions and community news that you would like us to cover for our print and television coverage at events@itvgold.com. Follow us on our Facebook handle at itvgold. subscribe to our YouTube channel, and pick up a free copy of Desi Talk if you are in the tri-state area or in the Chicago area for news on community, entertainment, and events in US and India. You can also read the News India Times newspaper online at www.newsindiatimes.com or subscribe to the hard copy by calling 212-675-7515. This is Pia Jyoti Kachru saying goodbye.